Welcome to Daniel Reviews. I'm Daniel Goodwin, and today we're taking a second look at the Ego Z6 riding mower. Let's go. Okay, so I did a video last year when I got the Ego Z6 mower, kind of went over everything that I liked and didn't like about it and how it did as a mower on my property. And it's been over a year, so I thought it's time to check back in, kind of share some additional updates and thoughts on the mower, and then talk about some of the things I've had to do or not do to it. One of the biggest complaints that I had in the prior video was how this particular mower performed on grades, on hills. I have a pretty good sized steep hill in my backyard, and this Z6 did not handle it as well as my prior Cub Cadet. I forget what the model is, but it's an equivalent 52-inch, except it's got a, had a Kohler, I think it was Kohler. No, it's Kawasaki engine in it. That handled the hill a lot better than this one. This one I wound up power sliding at times, and it was not a fun experience, but I was able to navigate it. The problem is that as a year has gone by, that power sliding moments happen more frequently. I'm assuming because the tires wore down over time, and that was my biggest complaint with the mower. Was I think the tires. Throw a picture of the stock tires. They're definitely like a turf saver kind of tire. They don't want to rip up your turf, which is great if you got a beautiful pristine lawn that you're wanting to be very gentle with, but it's not very good for traction, and it's not very good if you got hills, not very good if you got uneven land like I do. I don't have a pristine lawn. I have a lawn that needs a zero turn, a big mower. You could say maybe I shouldn't have a zero turn because of the hill in the back. I should go with a garden tractor, and that's a valid criticism. I love the convenience of a zero turn. My prior Cub Cadet did a great job on it, so I didn't feel like it was unreasonable to expect the Ego mower to do as well. But it didn't. It does a lot of things well. I'm not trying to knock it. It's a great mower, but definitely hills is not its strong point. In terms of maintenance, I haven't really had to do anything. There's no spark plugs to replace. There's no oil to change or to top off or anything like that. The only thing that I've had to do, and which is something you have to do with any mower, is the blades. So going on over a year on my property, there's a lot of sticks and things that wind up mowing. That's hard on the blades. So I was going to sharpen them this year, and right before I was going to take it to Ace Hardware to get it sharpened and tuned up. So I can't remember what I hit, something, but one of the blades actually got bent, and I knew, like, okay, we're not going to salvage this. So I did go ahead and purchase a full set of replacement blades, which honestly were very reasonably priced. I got off of Amazon, I'll have the link, $69, I think, for a set of all three. Honestly, I think Ace was going to charge me about that just to sharpen the blades that are on it. So I'm like, let's just get the replacement blades and throw them on and be done, that was a no-brainer for me. So other than that, that's the only maintenance I've done. But I still had a real problem with the traction on the back hill. And every time I mowed, I was not happy when I mowed the back hill. When I did the front area, it's great. It's a great mower. Does that no problem. If you've got a flat, level, beautiful lawn, this is going to be perfect for it. If you got some hills and some steep grades in different areas, this is going to be frustrating for you, and it became frustrating for me every time I mowed it. It's like, this is awful. There's got to be something. Why can't I do better? And so I experimented with a lot of different things that I could with the mower, with the settings, and the few things I learned over the past year, and I'll share it with you, is that for me in my yard and how I mow, the control mode, there's three modes. There's sport, control, and I think standard. The control mode is actually easier and seems to perform better on my hills and yard, even though the manual will tell you that sport mode is best for grades and for hills. that wasn't my experience. I tried it many times. I kept going back, putting it in sport, trying to see if it would perform better on the back hill. Did not. That was not my experience. Control was better. I think the sport mode unlocks some of the traction control. There is some traction control, or at least I suspect there's some traction control that prevents the wheels from just spinning and spinning, and sport kind of unlocks that. But that doesn't solve the problem if the wheels don't have any traction. I'd definitely be in spots where the wheel would just be spinning, and I'm looking over there trying to see, and it's just spinning. It's got no traction, so it's like, yeah, I understand the traction control is not engaged, but it's not helping. So what I'm trying to say with all that rant is that in my experience, the control was actually better and easier to use, and that helped some, not enough. So what did I do about it? Well, I got so tired that I'm like, what if I replaced the tires on the mower? What if I tried to find something with an aggressive tread? Yes, I understand that might damage my lawn a little bit, but maybe it'll give me better performance on hills and uneven terrain. So I started looking on Amazon. Found these. I'll have the link below. These were the, I'm just be honest, these were the cheapest tires I could find on Amazon that had somewhat of an aggressive tread here. And so the reason I went with the cheapest instead of the most expensive is pretty simple. I wasn't certain, I'm still not certain, that this is going to make a difference. And so I didn't want to spend a ton of money on replacing the tires and then find out it didn't really make much of a difference anyway. So these were super cheap. I think I got a set of 2 of them for 70 bucks. You can easily spend $300 on some really nice hybrid tires that I've heard and watched others say they make a massive difference, but I wasn't willing to commit that much yet. So I'm doing this. If it does make a difference, then certainly the next time I go to replace the tires, I'll probably upgrade a little bit. But we're gonna put these bad boys to the test. How does it ride? Well, surprisingly, on concrete and paved areas in transport mode, it rides pretty smooth. You know, with the aggressive tread, I definitely thought it was going to be bumpier. They're not quite ag tires with that harsh V pattern, but they're similar. And so I thought it was going to be a pretty bumpy ride. It's actually pretty smooth. So this is not the steepest part of my back hill, but it is a pretty steep little side trail, and I typically do not go this way at the bottom of the hill because I have a real problem turning and going back up the hill, but I'm trying it to see, obviously, if these tires have made much, if anything, of a difference. Let's see if we can get turned here. Wow, okay, that's pretty good. I don't think I would have made that on the stock tires. I'm just going to cut across here. The grass is a little wet, a little wetter than I'd normally like to mow at, but I need to get this video done, so we're doing it in somewhat wet grass. Damp, I would say, just morning dew on it, really. So yeah, coming across like this is not something I normally do on this hill. I normally back it up. Oh, you can see I kind of slid off. I normally back it up and go up and down the hill. But I'm trying to see if it will allow me to have a little more margin of error than the prior tires. I think it's definitely helping. I don't think I could have done some of these moves on the original tires. Well, what do I think so far? I've only done kind of the inside the fence, the small hill. It definitely is improved on the small hill. It's not night and day, but it is improved. I could do kind of a horizontal cut across the the little hill against the fence that I absolutely could not do with the stock tires. I had to turn around, go up, down, up, down like that. Forward, back, like rowing these these guides here. So definitely improve from that. I think the real challenge is going to be when I go further out and hit the big hill. So we're going to try to go up this hill. Give it our best. Okay, that will probably wrap up my impression of the replacement tires. On the whole, it definitely improved traction on the hill, the back hill, and an uneven ground. It wasn't like night and day. It wasn't a total game changer or anything like that, but it definitely did improve. And I was pleased with it. I obviously always wanted more, but I think it definitely did make a difference for me and in my yard. It was rougher on the grass. I definitely tore up some more of the yard than the other one, the stock tires did. However, the stock tires weren't great because, particularly on the hill, when I wasn't getting traction, they would spin and it would tear up the yard as well. So it wasn't, in my opinion, much worse. It was almost the same. So I think that's my concluding thoughts. Is I'm glad I did it. It wasn't too expensive, all things considered. And if I did it again, I would do it again, yes, because it made an improvement. And based on how tough my back hill was to mow, I needed something, right? I definitely will run these for the next year, maybe 2 years. If I replace again, I probably would look for something even more aggressive, like go straight with a full-on ag. I think they're called R1 tires with that real sharp V pattern. Might even try that. But these definitely improved enough that I'm pretty happy. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.